Hi, this is the introductory video for your first classroom observation technique assignment for EDAD 6850 Supervision of Instruction. This is the first of three technique reports you'll be submitting. There is a sample paper from a previous student that you can find in course documents on Moodle, and I've also posted a little outline that you can use to structure your paper. For these first three observations, you're really looking to complete a full cycle, but the emphasis is somewhat more tilted in the direction of trying out this technique, thinking about how it fits in the context of the classroom you're in, the school you're in, current school improvement initiatives, etc. So it's less of a focus on sort of completing the circle of professional learning for that teacher and more on giving you a chance to try out these techniques. Your fourth observation assignment, the full clinical cycle, will focus much more on evaluating your ability to improve teacher practice and much more looking at the follow-up and the professional learning that you plan for that teacher. So here these are a little bit shorter and a little bit more focused on the actual cycle rather than long-term growth, although obviously that's an important part of any supervision activity. So you'll be looking through, for this first assignment, the selective verbatim technique. There's 5 techniques that fall in that selective verbatim chapter. You'll select one of those. I'd be interested in hearing how you arrive at that. Is that something the teacher you're working with wanted to try? Is this something that you're particularly interested in for whatever reason? Is this something that's either a current initiative at the school or potentially a future initiative, and so this is an experiment for you for something that might be able to be used school-wide down the road, and this is a pilot sort of. So let me know how you chose the technique that you did, although if it's just because that's the one that was most interesting to me, then that's certainly fine. You will have some pre-observation communication, report on the class level, type of class, any important information I need to know to understand the classroom since I'm not there. Summarize any communication you have with the teacher about focus, the technique you're using, the duration, etc. You will then go into your raw data. I want to see the raw data for selective verbatim. That's going to be a series of short statements that you've recorded on paper. So that'll be one of the middle sections of your paper, the actual data you've collected. You will then have a section which is essentially your narrative analysis of what you saw and the conclusions you're drawing from your analysis. Then you'll have a report on post-observation communication. The first part of that is probably going to be your plan. What directions or questions would you like to ask this teacher? What next steps do you want to provide? Thinking about how your relationship with that individual teacher might influence how you approach with that. Is this a brand new teacher? Is this a teacher who's new to your school but experienced? Is this a long-time colleague that you have a strong trusting relationship? Is this a teacher who's struggling in your school and you've either been asked or of your own accord helped out? So all those variables will influence how that post-observation goes. So give me your plan for that, and then how the post-observation communication actually goes. Sometimes those are the same, sometimes they're different, as we all know. After you report on post-observation communication, the concluding section should really just be your reflection on the technique. How might it work in your school? Suggest any possible tweaks to that technique that might make it work a little bit better for you, and just sort of provide a reflection on doing that technique. You'll repeat the same cycle the next 2 observations, and then we'll get a little more weighty on the fourth one where you're doing a full clinical cycle. But I look forward to seeing these initial reports when they come in, and email me if you have any questions.